Good morning, welcome to the London session. I hope you are doing well. I hope you're doing well. Sorry for that little break. Today is Tuesday, very lovely Tuesday, and let's see what we have for the market. Let's remove, oops, not all indicators. Let's remove all drawing first. Alright, yesterday we saw price go up above the high and then take out this high into the order block, right, and then reject it, and we did catch a beautiful buy on the euro, right, and I said that we should see price drop into, I just got rid of it, into this imbalance in here, okay, and then from here we will see what's going to happen next, because they might take it back up here, and probably this afternoon, if everything is okay, they might take it up here, right, makes everybody think that price is now going up, and then probably reject. Even if they go above this high, we still be bearish. All right, so whatever happens, dollar should be going down. Okay, so on foreign currencies, you should be looking for your buys, especially again on euro. Now I'm emphasizing on euro more because today is, I think, the last day. From today, then maybe I'll change my view on that, but as long as we are still on the 14th, I'm still bullish on euro. Okay, so if you still have your long that you got in yesterday from the breaker, or if you got in as early as I did, then look for continuation to the upside. Even if we pull back, we have an imbalance here with the order block we can use for an entry again to continue going up. Ultimately, our bias or our direction or our target is this high. Okay, so don't lose sight of the target. We are looking for continuation to the upside. Now, one thing you need to understand is when order flow, let's go to the drawing board. When order flow is bullish, okay, when order flow is bullish, right, we don't view this as price is going down. As a matter of fact, you should view this as an opportunity to go long. So if you're long already on euro and you see price coming down, it's not time to panic. It's actually a good thing, because it's coming down to offer you another opportunity to go up. So in case you see euro coming down, that doesn't mean that it's gonna go down, right? It means that it's coming down for pullback, so you can get another opportunity to go long again. All right, so whatever happens, this is where you're expecting price to come to, and we should stay with that narrative. If you see price coming down, just look at it as a potential retracement. All you have to do is identify where they're trying to reach for, and on the downside, I've given you this level here. Okay, there's a little fair value gap. We have the order block here. We've already taken out stops, so it's not needed for them to come down here. Even if they do, we are still bullish. Now, where you be wrong on euro in terms of bullishness is down here. Okay, this is the low, that if they take this low out, then maybe something else is unfolding, and then we will look at it again. But until then, we are still bullish. Now, on the H4, yes, it looks like price is bearish, but this is just the normal weekly profile retracement. Okay, weekly profile retracement where price goes down, forms a low, and then should continue going up. Okay, so expect continuation to the upside. Now, it might have challenges going above this high, I understand, because we did raid and then broke down. So Okay, so expect a continuation to the upside. Now let's look at British pound, because I'm expecting something on British pound. We have, let me remove the drawing first so you can see the narrative behind what I'm expecting. It looks like we can actually go short. Looking at this swing high formed, time of the day, yep, that can be a potential scalp. Now this is a range. Okay, this is a range, and we've come back up into that range, so we could see it come back down, right? And my concern is this equal high, this high and that high. That's my concern. And what I was anticipating is a potential move above this high and that high, and then a rejection. That would be the best play. Okay, this would be the best play, which is price goes for these equal highs and then drop. So I'll be willing to do something like that. 10 pips, and then back down to attack this equal low here. Okay, that's something that I will look for. This will be the best scenario. Now, yes, we have a bearish order block here, but my gut tells me that they might run this. Even if they don't, right, if it comes back down and comes back up again, this will still be something I will look out for. Okay, so let me see if they did go for the rejection. Nope. So I'll start from here. Actually start selling from right there. That's what I will look for. Okay, and then come back down, maybe to take out this one, that one, maybe this one's too, but this would be the ideal target for me. Right now on the 15 minutes, they have put in a swing high, and time of the day looks good for a potential scalp. So if you want to scalp it, then you can put your stop loss above that high, and as usual, just look for 221. Don't look for more, just look for 221 this morning right there. Okay, so you look for your 221 and you should be okay. Now if let's say they stop you out, then use this scenario, because that's the scenario I want to see unfold today, right? So maybe New York session, they might go up from the high and then reject and come back down, because price is not supposed to go up here per our understanding in price action. For now, we're not supposed to see it go up there, so we should see a run. If it's gonna go there, it's just going to be a run on stops and then come back down again, and that's previous week's high. Okay, so if you want to, you can use this for now as a potential scalp, and then maybe New York session, if they're able to run it all the way up there, then you can use that as a big move back down to attack these lows. Okay, so that's British pound. Let's look at NZD. I'm on the sidelines because I don't like what I saw for the COT report. And the seasonal tendency. So COT report was showing me that this week is a buy. At the same time, the seasonal tendency was telling me it's supposed to be a sell. The way price is also looking like right now, I don't like the range we are currently trading in. Okay, it looks like we are coming off from this bullish order block. Now this is a consolidation, right? So there is going to be some form of expansion. Now if you understand a little bit of ICT, consolidation begins everything, right? So we might consolidate and then manipulate and then expand, or consolidate, manipulate, and then expand, right? Something like that is going to unfold here. So I'm gonna wait until I see which side they are trying to take it, based on what the dollar index is going to do for the rest of the week. Now we do have a news event on Thursday. Let me check it again. I think it was on Wednesday at 11:45, which is tomorrow. So they might keep this one in a consolidation and wait until that Thursday. So best thing is to hold off from doing anything on this until Wednesday at 11:45 BST. Now prior to the news, if they do create anything that is visible in terms of where they're trying to take price, so let's say for example by the end of today they do something like this and take out this low and then reject, right? Then I will anticipate that when the news comes out, they're going to take it up and attack this high. If they do this by tomorrow and then comes back down, then I anticipate this as a consolidation. This is a run to go and take out highs and then come back down and attack all these lows. So it depends on what price action they'll put in prior to the news release. So we're just going to be patient. Okay, so don't do anything on this at the moment. Aussie, yesterday we did see, I think I sent a screenshot of this one. I mentioned that the breaker is going to, if everything is right, and this week COT was saying that the reports were saying that this one should go down, Aussie should go down. We also created a dealing range here, and then I highlighted the breaker that we should not see price go above this. Okay, and then they did stop there. Now if you use the template that I've given, okay, and also if you look at the weekly pairs that I gave you, which is over here, okay, if you look at those weekly pairs, okay, I said have those ones and then wait for the range to be created and then trade within those ranges. So I sent you a screenshot this morning to show you what you could have done on this pair, which is on the 15 minutes time frame. Price created a range in here, came back and then rejected based off from the breaker, which is this one here, right? So for now we're still bearish for Aussie to continue going down. Now even if it does not go down, we're going to use that same bearishness in Aussie to trade the other pairs, and I'm going to show you now. So Aussie Cad, Aussie Cad and Aussie Yen, those are the two, and then the Euro Aussie is already flying, so there's no entry on that one because we've been bullish since yesterday. If you did not catch a trade yesterday, then you've missed out. Okay, if you did not catch the entry, yesterday was it was nice, right? Literally during the New York session, that was the buy, and I know most of you did catch it. I still have one position from here and then another position from there, and for now the target that we have on the trade idea is there. It's 1.6139, and we will go beyond that, so make sure you keep some profit on this trade. Okay. Now today the trade that I have based on the weakness in Aussie is Usd Cad, where I'm expecting them to drop further. Now let me go into the daily time frame and show you where I'm expecting them to take price to. So where we have this dealing range here, now I like what it's doing because it's like it's following a script. Sorry, I have a cup of tea with me here so I can sip a little bit because it's raining this morning. Now with this dealing range here, I expect them to get to at least the 50%, which is the equilibrium price point. So that's where I'm targeting for now, and any pullback to any bearish PD array or any pullback to anything bearish is a sell. So on the H1 we have this order block up here, which if they do get up there, then it should go down. My only concern is it might not get there because we have this breaker here. So if you want to do anything, you can start looking for, not necessarily take it on the 1 hour, you can actually look on the 5 minutes chart and then wait for price to get there. It looks like it probably might not do it because they've just created a range here. Alright, they've just created a range here, but I'll wait for New York session. Alright, I'll wait for New York session because London has formed a low. It could take it up a little bit more before New York session brings it back down again. So I'll probably wait for the New York session, and maybe by the New York session they will go to this breaker here. If they hit this and it start giving bearishness, you can actually sell short, right? If they don't, then wait for it to get to the order block and then you sell short. Okay, now look at this last up candle here, this big one. Your mean threshold, the mean threshold of that actual order block is your ultimate, or where it can go to most. Let me find the right word to use. If they go above this high or this level, then potentially they might attack this one before the drop. Whatever happens, we are looking for a drop, right? I'm trying to give you levels where price shouldn't go, and if they do, then something else is going to happen, which is if they go up and maybe they want to attack all this liquidity, then this would be the right level to take a short and come down. Now if they're able to climb up here, which I don't think it will happen, then that will trigger a big drop. Okay, so just be aware that all these scenarios is possible, but I don't expect them to do that, but just be aware that if it happens, then you know what to do. Okay, where I expect them to drop is here, but sometimes these pairs, they can act a bit funny. Okay, they can act some weird way where they like to take out liquidity before dropping. Okay, especially this one and Aussie Swiss. Aussie Swiss did that's the same thing. And this week I don't have it on my weekly trades, but Aussie Swiss likes to do that. You can see when and attack those highs before the drop, right? So that can happen with the Aussie. Let me put this one here as well. That can happen with the Usd Cad as well. So just be aware so that in case something like this happens, you can actually take a sell again, right? Because I did take a sell on this one once we went above that high. Let me remove it and show you. I did take a sell once they went above this high, because price was not supposed to break above the order block, right? So I took a sell, and my target was exactly bullish order block here. Okay, that was my target. So they can do that sometimes with these pairs, especially Aussie Cad and Aussie Swiss. These two pairs, they manipulate it quite a lot. So be aware that in case price takes out any of these highs, you are still bearish. Okay. And Aussie yen, this is the level I have. I'm anticipating them to come up here and then drop. Now the stop loss that I've given is actually meant to cover just these highs. So if you want, you can do this if you're not scared of taking a loss, because you shouldn't by now. Then just sell short here, leave your stop loss there, and then look for continuation. The only reason why I left it up there is to cover this. Okay, if they want to close the void in, then at least you're safe. But if you want to be super conservative, then you're selling short the bearish order block and expect price to come back down. Okay, my only reason why I'm giving that stop loss is because, again, recently I've seen that they like to take stops before going. Like here, take out those stops and then drop. They can do this and then drop. Right, so you're looking for a sell. Whether they want to take it here or there, you go in. Now you can also wait for bearish price action to unfold before you go in. You can wait for bearish price action to unfold. Say price gets up here on the 5-minute chart or the 1-minute chart. You can use any of those time frames and then wait for the bearish pattern that I've given. I actually sent them again this morning. You can use that bearish pattern, look for it up here, and then once it unfolds, then you can use that bearish pattern to take the trade instead of selling short as it's coming up. Yeah, sure, we can. Give me 1 second. All right, so that's all in line with the bearishness that I'm looking on for the Aussie. Okay, let's look at Euro Pound. Let's look at this for Mr. Kelvin. I think Mr. Kelvin is in a different time zone and probably he would like to go and sleep. Alright, let's look at this. Cryptos, ETC. This thing is amazing. Amazing stuff. Alright, let's look at it. What is it called? Algo USD. Algo USD. Coinbase. Let's use Coinbase. Right. Straight away, we're selling short here. Nice equal lows down here. That's what I would do. If you can wait for it to get here, that would be perfect. Alright, that's what I would look for. Is that right, Mr. Kelvin? I'll look for a sell. You can see the bearish pattern that I shared in the group right here. If you can't see it, then you've not done enough screen time. Okay, if you cannot see it right here, then you've not done enough screen time, because it should be so obvious to you right now. Okay, so that's what I'll look for. Let's go back. So on Euro Pound this morning, this is actually what I have. I've actually taken a trade right now. I mean, not right now. I took it when it hit the breaker. So I'm long with my stop loss here and looking for previous day's high, which is right there. But I'm taking partials once we come up to this high. Okay, so that's the trade I currently have on Euro Pound. And the logic behind it is I could see them accumulating into this level, which is a bullish order block on a daily. So I could see them accumulating into that, and then market structure broke somewhere in here. All right, starting from this bullish order block, which is on the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, it doesn't look pretty. I can show you on the 45 minutes. There, I think 30 minutes will probably be better. There you go. That order block there, right? That's the one I was buying to send price back up again. Okay, no problem. Make sure you do, because let's see. Let me look on the 15 minutes, because we might have. Yeah, definitely. I'll look. Maybe, probably might not get there, but the idea is if it gets there, I'm selling short. So whether it gets there or not, that is not my problem, right? But you do. It did have a bullish range down here, so you do have probably up to this level. Okay, so up to that level will be ideal for exit, because we are in a bearish range. Okay, so up to there is ideal for an exit. Now it can go above this side. If it does, it might do it on a quick base, something like this, boom, and then drops. Right, so this would be your best bet or your best exit. As a buy, this should be your best exit, but your trade should actually look to sell it. SOL USD, SOL USD. Let's look at this one on the 1 hour basis. Yeah, this one doesn't look anything that I recognize, so yeah, they all look like it's low resistance in nature, so price will find ease probably to attack these ones. The only PD array that I can see that might stop is the previous day's high. So maybe they might take the previous day's high and then reject. If not, then they will go for all this liquidity. So this one here, that one there, because that looks like equal high. All right. Yeah, maybe that level there, that's where probably if it gets pretty wild to the upside, that's where I'll look for bearish price to come in, something like that. Okay, so you do that. This one looks okay. I'd rather buy this one than the other one, because the other one is in a bearish range and you don't want to be trading inside the bearish range. This one has got it's not trading inside the bearish range. Even if it is, because we took out this low, right, we still have room to the breaker, which is this down candle here, and all this is liquidity, so they could take it up more than the other one. So you have a good chance of this going up more than the other one. Okay, let's go back. So yes, I talked about this. I'm looking for price to go and give me a trade above this high. Now if I'm wrong and they take out this low, then I'm wrong. I'll just be on the sidelines and then wait for the New York session. Maybe New York session might again take out this low like they did yesterday and then give me another scalp. Okay, all the New York sessions, they tend to give some beautiful trades. Friday we got a scalp here, yesterday we got a scalp there, so maybe today during the New York session, that's when they'll give us the scalp, then so be it. Yes, I will come on to those ones in a second. Let me finish with these ones because I have to go through all these. It's just a process. Yesterday we talked about this coming back for this equal low, and the trade had already started around at midnight, and there was nothing that we could use to frame a trade on this. Okay, so unfortunately we couldn't get an entry, even though we knew that price was coming here. I think they did create another range on the lower time frame, but I was gone asleep, so I didn't see it. That was a beautiful range created here, and then price went down. 3 a.m. there's no way I'll be awake, so I was gone. Okay, but if you are awake during those times, then that was a beautiful trade to come back down here. Let me look at the yen, the Aussie pairs again. Yeah, I'll wait for New York session. Okay, let's carry on. Euro New Zealand. Yesterday I said that I'm going to be on the sidelines on this because it's currently trading with inside two breakers. So we have a breaker here and a breaker there. So it's stuck between two breakers. Now it makes sense because Aussie New Zealand is dropping, so we have strength in NZD. Okay, you can see NZD is stuck in a range. That's actually strength. So this one has got strength in NZD, and we've got a bit of strength on Euro as well. That's why it's stuck in a range. So right now I'm not doing anything with this, but my only focus is on Euro Aussie. That's why we are looking at buying more on Euro Aussie. So Euro New Zealand, we're just gonna leave that one alone and then focus more on Euro Aussie. And hopefully you guys got the trade yesterday or from Thursday and Friday, because he gave three opportunities to go long. Okay, he gave one here. The first one, that was the trade we took. He gave one here, which I couldn't get into that one. I got into this and I got into that one too. Okay, so we are still expecting bullish price action. I think they might take it up here as well. Okay, so just be aware. Sorry guys if I do pause, if I do mute my mic a little bit. I'm trying to have myself a cup of tea, as like I said, it's cold, and I just finished dropping my son off from school, so I need to have a little bit of breakfast. So I'm just having a cup of tea. If you hear that the mic has gone low, okay. Let's go back and see what the trade I shared earlier is doing. That was the pound scalp. Okay, it's almost 1-to-1 by now, almost 1-to-1. So you could take profit if you want to, and then just put your stop loss to break even, cover yourself, and then you're done. Whatever happened next, you don't really care. This one too is moving nicely for now, so hopefully it can give me something for this morning. Okay, let's finish off with pound Aussie. Now pound Aussie has surprised me. It did get to the TP that I wanted them to get to, which was the breaker here, and I said that if it goes up, if it's gonna go up, then they will come for here because of the liquidity sitting above this high, right? And they will go for this order block. Now with weakness in Aussie, I would not be selling short. If Aussie was strong, then probably I would have sold short, but with weakness in Aussie, I'm not gonna sell short, so I'll just leave it alone for now. If it does give me a bearish price range, which I don't think is going to do that, if it did give me a bearish price range, then I'll probably would sell short. But looking at it right now, I wouldn't sell short weakness against weakness, because I'm expecting the pound to be weak, so I will not be selling weakness against weakness. All right, so your best bet is to leave this pair alone for now. Now if it comes up a little bit more, and that's if you want to scalp it, okay, based on scalping, no long 100 pip trades, none of that. You're just looking for a scalp. So for our members, if it does give you a bearish range up here, because we've hit the PD array on the daily, which is this one there, okay, if it gives you the bearish price pattern, right, then you can use it to take a trade. So up in here, let me draw where you should expect something like that. So from the bearish order block high up to the opening price, okay, if it gives you a bearish range and we are inside the kill zone, which is either New York for now because London is done, okay, if it gives you a bearish range inside here or there, okay, and we are inside again the kill zone, something like this, so it gives you the range and we are inside the kill zone, then you sell short, like selling short this 1, 2, 3 up candles. That's the mean threshold. That's the mean threshold, and then you sell short and expect price to come back down. So if they give you something like that up in here and we are inside the kill zone, then you use that to sell short. All right, so that's pound Aussie. Pound New Zealand is actually left the building, so that was a sell, but I was actually going to wait for a bearish range to form first. Now even if they go above this, I'll probably sell short. It would be better if they go above this and I sell short, but I don't think they're going to do that. So let's see if we have a bearish range. Not quite yet, but if you want to sell short, then the trade itself is gone. Okay, they came for the rejection block and rejected, so you could have done, I think those of you that were with me yesterday, you should be looking at this to come back down. Okay, now I'm not gonna be selling straight away because I don't do that anymore. Before I used to sell short straight away, but I don't do that anymore. But if you wanted to, that was the trade. You sell short, and if you look, we have some 9 trend line traders hugging this thing, right? So be looking for them to come back down here. Even if they take out this high, I will still sell short. So wait for the bearish range to be created, and then you can sell short, right? All right, so that will be all for now for the pairs. Let's go and look at the ones that you guys are recommending. Let's look at Aussie Cad. Aussie Cad did not come. Aussie Swiss did not also come. Aussie Yen did not also come. But I'll still have that level because it's still early. Today is Tuesday. So we still might have, once this low is taken, it probably come back up. That's something I'm testing right now. You can see we have a low and a lower low. So if they take this low, it will trigger a push to the upside. Our members today, I'll probably show you in the afternoon. I'll show you how you can trade both sides. Okay. With the help of understanding the raid. Okay, so when they raid, how you can anticipate them to be coming for a retracement. So the main trade is bearish, right? But there are certain things that will happen that will give you signals that price is coming up. So if you want to trade the counter trend to trade the main trend, you can. Okay, I think I'll probably go through it this afternoon so you can see how you can trade when it's coming back up based on the time of the day, right? So for example, something like this, once it took out these lows during the London session, you can get a buy to come up, breaker, or the bearish order block, and then you sell short to come back down again, right? So I'll probably go through it this afternoon. So these ones are not giving us entry, but don't discount the levels because I think they will come back. So don't discount those levels. Okay. These are what I'm looking for the week for our members, that for our free members. If you want to use this, that's my plan for the week. I'm expecting bearishness on the red ones and bullishness on the green ones. You can take a screenshot and then just apply your personal price action on them. Okay, so if you want to look for a trade, you can use this as a template because I do my analysis over the weekend, and this is what I got. Yesterday I got a beautiful buy off from the dollar Swiss from here to go and attack this high. Okay, and I did miss the buy on this one, and by the time I saw it, it was up here because I woke up a little bit late. So when I woke up, price was up here, so I couldn't catch the buy. And then today I'm looking for the pound Aussie long. Actually yesterday we got the long for scalping, and Euro Aussie we've been long since yesterday. Actually we've been long since last week. And these ones we actually be looking, let's look at Swiss yen. Okay, so something that what I'll be teaching you this afternoon is similar to this. Notice that we took out this low, and as soon as this low was taken, price starts coming back inside. So once you see certain things down here, which I'll go through during the session, once you see certain things happening down here, you immediately think that they are going back into this range between this high and that low. Therefore you can take a buy Okay, you can take a buy down here and expect price to go up in here. All right, so make sure you don't miss this afternoon session. Now let me look at the questions. EU, I think we already covered EU. Let's go here. EU, we are bullish. We are expecting price to go up. So if we do retrace, we will be looking for another buy. Yesterday we caught a buy from here. I got in early, and it's based on, again, what I'll show you this afternoon. Once this low was taken, which was the London low, once it was taken and price shaped itself to go up, I caught the entry. Now it wasn't good. It's not advisable to do it, but based on experience, that's where I got in, right? And then once it broke above this one, I went in again with the breaker, right? And I've already closed my partials up here because that's a breaker. Close my partials, and I'm expecting a continuation. It can retrace, okay? It can retrace, but my bias is still bullish. So even if it comes down, I'll look for more buys to go up again. But I do have a small position on, so it does not change anything for me. If we break above this high, then I'll buy more. Okay. For now, we are inside a bearish range on the H4, so I've got what I need to get from this range. Once we break outside that range, then I'll buy more to go and attack this high. All right. Can you go through? Let me finish with the request from the other people, so I can. USD Cad. Let's look at USD Cad. I've not actually looked at that pair for a while. Before I do that, let me have a small drink. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, let's look at dollar CAD. Now, one thing I would say regarding this pair, I barely trade this pair because they manipulated quite a lot, right? So you will not see me trade this pair much, okay? There's too much manipulation on it, so I don't like it. but this looks like a decent level for a buy. Just use Fibonacci. On this one, that's the easiest I'll say you can use. Buy 70.5. Let's look on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, that looks nice. That level right there, it looks nice. So you can use that as a buy. Now, because this pair is very this level looks nice, right? And I want you to draw a line here. That if they, because I always go for, it's not a plan B. I need to prepare myself for if then statement or if then. So this high is not supposed to be breached for price to come down here. But in case they do, this is going to be a stop run. And it's going to bring price up here and then up there. So have that in mind, that you want to be buying here with a stop loss there, and the price should go up. In case they do this, okay, that's in case. This is a stop run, it's not a reversal. So you can look at that for price to come back up. The only time this will be a stop, it will be a reversal if they go and close below it. So let's say price is coming down, right? Price is coming down and it gets to here, and then you buy it and it rejects, and then it comes back down. This is where it's gonna be respecting the last down candle, which is the order block, right? If they go through that, the mean threshold of that order block, then chances are they're gonna look for this low. Once this low is taken, just be patient. It's gonna take probably an hour for you to find out whether it's a raid or not. Once they go down there, wait for price to close back above the low. So if they does this, wait for it to close back above the low, look for a bullish order block down here, and then buy it, because it's gonna come back and attack these highs. All right, so that's my view on dollar CAD. Is looking nice. I like this level. I like this level for a buy, especially if we come there during the New York session. So I don't want to see it come there during the white in this session. There's no session like the London break time. Okay, I don't want that. I want it to hit this exactly between. I'm gonna give you guys a tip for today. For those of you watching us for the first time, I want to see it come there exactly between 12 and 1:30. So between 12 and 1:30, somewhere here. We drop down to the 15 minutes. Between this and this, that's the time period I'll be looking for the buy in for this order block. If it doesn't hit this during this time, I'm not interested. Okay, now that's very specific. So the time of the day is very specific, where we need, or I need price to be hitting this, something like, let me see if I can find an example here. So let's say I'm buying this order block, right? I need it to hit it between 12 and 1:30. That's where I want to see price drop into that. So once they drop to that level at that time, then I'll be interested. Okay, so you have your time aspect where you should expect this to reach there, and then you can start looking for your buy. Gold, let's look at gold. No, it's 12 p.m. BST, because I'm in London, so it's UTC +1. Okay, so I'm in London, so it's my time zone, 12 p.m. and 1:30. EST will be I think 5. I'm not sure. I do get a lot of questions regarding EST times, and I'm not. Just Google it. Okay, just Google it and then you find out. Why am I here? We're looking for gold. Let me just update our members for the oil trade. Oil is struggling. All right, it's struggling to go through this level. Okay, it's struggling to go through that order block. So make sure you've taken partials off your trade. I have to actually take in because I can take it with either 1 standard or 0.50. Okay, I took 1 standard and I've taken half of it off, so I'm left with half on this. Okay, so you can take half of it and then leave that half. Make sure your stop loss is back to break even, and then let's see if they can take it up here. This level is really strong. If we were bearish, I would have sold short already, but because we are coming off from this low, I think they might go deeper. That's why I'm expecting them to go above this high. So just make sure that you've taken partial and your stop loss is at break even. That's just for okay, so there you go. And gold. Okay, gold, this is what I have. So let's remove this. Down, pull back, expecting price to go down again. I was looking for them to come up here and allowing a stop run into the breaker. Okay, so I was allowing that if they do take out this high into the breaker, because I looked at this and it looks like it's engineered just above the breaker. So if they go for that, then I'll sell short, but it looks like it didn't. But I still have that level on my chart, right? Let's go to the lower time frame. This is why I was looking for a potential run above that high. It's not clean enough. And what I mean by clean enough is, if this is the bearish order block, they've traded it there and then went down, came back up into the rejection block here, and then you can see it's rejecting. So this area looks to me consumed, even though on the high time frame it looks really nice. On the lower time frame, it's like it's been consumed. Okay, and we also have equal high, right? So I'm looking for them to raid it. Instead of selling short the bearish order block, I'm looking for the raid. So that's why I have my entry above that high and covering myself to close in the void. So my stop loss will be just above the closure of this void, and I'm using this as the PD array or the breaker for price to hit, because on the lower time frame this looks to me that it's not clean order block. Okay, so that's my view on gold. And for target wise, lots of lows down here, these ones, lots of lows into here. So that's where I'm expecting them to drop price to. And based on the commitment of traders report, the COT, this week is bearish for gold. So it does line up that we have a breaker on the high time frame, we have bearish price action. Therefore I look for where price will likely reach for in terms of liquidity. And this is where liquidity is going to be residing, especially these ones. Okay, and my main focus for now is this low. Maybe because this is a daily swing low, there will be more liquidity sitting below there, so it can trigger something like this, come back up and then down. right? So that's my idea sitting here right now. And if we come down here and I see certain price action that requires that it's going to go up, I'll buy it and then I'll target this high, and then once again I'll sell it back down. But this is all just my view in price, okay? It doesn't mean that that's exactly what's going to happen, but I look at price with a narrative in my mind, and based on that narrative, sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time, that's what they do, because everything is based off from liquidity and time of the day. First of all, time of the day, and then liquidity. So for example, right now we are trading in London. Gold doesn't show me my my kill zones for some reason. It should actually be showing it. Let's see if this one is show. There we go. So time of the day, London session. So maybe New York session will come and attack these lows, okay, and then take it back up there, and then maybe tomorrow during the London session. Then you want to be trading during the sessions, okay? So that's another tip for you guys. Always try to trade within the sessions. Don't try to trade outside the sessions, especially London and New York session. That's the time you want to be trading. And I gave you guys the time you want to be taking those trades. For the London session, it's actually between 7:30 and 9:30. So 7:30, going to the lower time frame, 7:30 and 9:30. You can see that's where this high formed and then price rejected, right? 7:30 right here and 9:30 right there. That's when the low formed, okay? So you want to be trading at those times of the day. That's where you start looking for your entries. So that's gold for you. Let's see what else. I think that's it. Can you go through the setups using previous days highs and lows? Yes, I'm gonna do that, and then I'll call it a day because my time is up. So let's have a look at framing a trade based off from previous days highs and low. Let's actually use a trade that I have personally taken, right? So that I can take you through the actual process that I took to take the trade, which is Euro. Let's go into Euro. And that was last week, Friday. Yeah, here. That's previous day's low. That is an order block formed, break market structure. It comes back to this order block. Now, if most of our members are in the New York session, so this was the trade that we actually took during the New York session, right? Price came back. This low was engineered. It came to the order block, time of the day, London close, hits this, changes direction here into the order block, and then off it goes. So the idea is we've gone for previous day's low, price changes direction, so there's a change in market structure, and then we have an order block with an engineered low. Price comes into it and then off it goes. Now for more details, I can't go into more details because most of the stuff I've already given to our members in terms of what we actually look for before taking this trade. So if you want to understand it more, I think the admin shared our link there. You can join in the Discord and you will find out for yourself. Okay. Another trade that we took based on previous days low is this one, which is yesterday. Let me hide this. Let me hide this here and hide. So let me, and there's a way to group it. There we go. Group that and then hide. Let's look into yesterday's trade that we took. So this was a previous day's low taken, right here. Price went up, one structure high taken, two structure high taken. Last down candle becomes the order block. Yesterday during the New York session, price trades to this, and then boom, we took a long. I went in right here with this candle, because this is when it confirmed. This big candle is when it confirmed that price wants to go up. So after that one was closed, I took the long here, and I'm still long. Actually left it overnight because I knew that the news coming out with the, if you check the calendar, right, there was a news at 3:45 a.m. RBA Gov speaks. I knew that based on the CO2 report and the seasonal tendency that they would take Aussie down, right? And then this, so you can see from look at the time, it went up. 3:45. That is that time price started going up, because they used that news to take price up. All right, so that's how I applied the previous day's highs and lows. Now you are on the right track. Whatever you're looking at with the previous day's highs and lows, you are on the right track. So whatever you're looking for, keep looking for it. You are on the right track. Okay, that goes for Mr. John Hughes. Whatever you're looking for with the previous day's highs and lows, you are on the right track. Just try to perfect it, because that's one of those levels I actually use for most of my scalping. Previous days highs and lows is either I'm targeting them or I'm using them as a reference point or as a PD array for price to give me a rejection. Right? Okay, so I think pretty much no problem. That's pretty much it from me. If you have any question, feel free to ask, and if not, then I think my time is up and I will be going to do something else. Free tip for you guys. Just look for areas of liquidity. Do not look for trend and stuff like that. Forget trend. Okay, look for areas of liquidity for price to reach, for it to reverse, or after they've reversed from an area of liquidity, then go to the other side of the market. So if this is an area of liquidity, price goes there, it reverses, look for the opposing side of the liquidity and then target that. Or they go for this and reject, then target the other side of the market, and then forget trend, because market is looking for liquidity, not trend. So if they go for this, they might come back down, take another one, and then go and target this liquidity, and then probably come and target this low and then go up. That's all the market is doing every single day. You just have to know the narrative from the higher time frame to the lower time frame, and then apply time of the day, and you're good. All right, so that will be all from me, and thank you all for joining us. I will see you guys next time. But for our members this afternoon, make sure you don't miss it, because I'm gonna show you some stuff. Have a wonderful morning, and I'll see you guys soon.